What's up, guys? Spy Cat. Jean-Claude Van Damme. A little something. But anyway, guys, that's right. I'm doing my favorite actor of all time, Jean-Claude Van Damme. And guess what? He was born October 18th, 1960, and he's 55 years old. Huh. No. Yeah. Or 56. Oh, man. Spy Cat. What the hell's wrong with you? What the hell's wrong with me? Because I'm Spy... Never mind. Let's just get into this Jean-Claude Van Damme movie collection of mine, because he has always been my favorite actor of all time, ever since I was able to watch Cyborg. I think was the first Van Damme movie where I was like, whoa, that dude is sick. And he's so tight, so sick, and cool, and awesome, and all those other words. And to me, Van Damme is the best. Over Arnold, he's the best. But anyway, as usual, guys, and because Van Damme is my favorite actor of all time, besides the last newest movies that he's done, the last 7 or 8, I have every single Van Damme movie in my collection. Every one. Yeah. Have to. It's Van Damme. And that TV show, I wish they would release that on DVD, where he did his life story, and just it was and he's really cool, man. He's a really good guy, and he's all about protecting the animals that are getting killed, and he's really kind of spiritual and religious and stuff. Really good guy, but he got into the drugs and everything. So did I. You know what I mean? But I think he overcame him. But he's got some damage. If you've seen that reality show, they had one season, 7 episodes. I have it on my computer. It's great, and you see him for him and everything like that, and he's crying about the animals and stuff, and what a great guy. But anyway, from earliest to latest, here we go. The very first movie that Van Damme was in that I have in my collection, he was in a little part in Missing in Action with Chuck Norris. How many people knew he was in this? Yeah, I didn't know. But got that. And the very first movie he was in, but he didn't even have a talking role in this movie, but he was the fighter at the end of the movie, and it's No Retreat, No Surrender, his very first movie. I am lucky enough to have gotten this at a video store that was going out of business. It's just a great movie. If you saw this when you were a kid, this was the shiznit. And this is only on tape, not even on DVD, so that's cool. I always like that. Yeah, that was 86 or something. Then he was in Black Eagle. I think this was 86 or 7. Another movie where he had not a talking role, if I remember. He didn't talk that much in this movie either, but he was showing off his kicks and everything. I got the original tape of that. On the back is really cool because he's doing his famous Van Damme splits. And if I tried to do that on this channel, oh man, I'd rip my nuts off. But Bloodsport, snapback version right here. This movie was from 1987. Still got that snapback in pretty good shape too. And then my favorite movie, man, Cyborg is just the best movie of all time. This was 89. And then Kickboxer came out, I think in 89 too. And then he was in Lionheart. That came out in 1990. Another one of my favorite movies of all time. All Van Damme's earliest movies are my favorite movies of all time. I watched them over and over again when I was a kid. Except Black Eagle and No Retreat, No Surrender. I didn't watch those. I didn't really watch those over and over again, but I watched them. But I'll tell you the ones that I watch over and over again, because I was really into his movies. Death Warrant, watched that tons of times. This is a great movie. He's actually in prison in this movie. It's great. Love this movie. And this was 1990. Double Impact, right there, with that big, the big dude. I forgot his name. This is a great movie. This one I didn't watch over and over again, but it was still good. 1991. And that's where he has like the twin and everything. He plays like two roles in that movie. Because he's got all that energy. And in 1992 he came out with Universal Soldier. Universal Soldier. Right there. Soldier. Man. That's like the new like... Never mind. Universal Soldier, 1992. This movie, I remember when I was a kid watching this, I was like, that's a like violent movie, I remember. But yeah, that was a good one. Or I couldn't watch that as a kid, so I had to watch it like later on, like in my like after, you know. No? Yeah. I think I saw that Universal Soldier probably when I was like 17, 16. Nowhere to Run with that one chick. 1993, 1 year later. He was in a small little role, little cameo role, I guess you could say, in Last Action Hero in 1993. Hard Target, also in 1993. Great movie there. And Time Cop in 1994. And I remember this cover as a kid. I was like, man, Van Damme, because he's doing like the splits again on the picture in the back. That was on the VHS tape too. I like when they keep it original like that. What's on the VHS should be what's on the DVD, but they change it up sometimes. Street Fighter 1994. Great movie. I watched that tons of times. He does that flash kick in this movie where he kicks the guy backwards like 3 times. He does his famous kick the best in this movie. Or he's just really good in that movie. Yeah, this one's a flash kick. That's right. This movie has some sick old flash kicking. Sudden Death. I loved this when I was a kid when it came out. He goes to a hockey game and the hockey game gets taken over. He's on like a home visit with his kids. The Quest from 1996. Great movie. Saw that in the theater. Great movie. Maximum Risk. Great movie. He's still sick in this movie too. And I got the original cover that was on the VHS right there because I'm a collector. And I got the new version. New cover. Double Team. This one came out in 1997. Oh, those other ones. Let's see. 96 was Maximum Risk. This is 97. And this is a great movie too. I was stoked when Dennis Rodman and Van Damme got together on this. Knockoff with Rob Schneider, a younger role, one of his first movies. This one's okay. I saw that in the theater when I was 18 because it was R and I could see it. I remember that, and then I was like disappointed. Legionnaire. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. He has to go join the Legionnaires, and he's like the last guy standing at the end of the movie. Just a great movie. I watch it so many times. This one he actually like acts in this movie. You know, it's really good. Universal Soldier: The Return in 99 or something. Desert Heat. Great movie right there. You got the Karate Kid wax on, wax off guy. He's in there, that's right. And the other guy that's in here is Danny Trejo, too. Derailed. He does another sick kick in this, I remember, as an older role. But he does a front flip, lands between the guy and like punches him in the face and crap. That's sick. He's sick in that. I got In Hell, which is a great prison movie where he's fighting again. Just like Death Warrant. I also got the limited edition steelbook of In Hell, which is really cool, the DVD. Limited edition. The Replicant. This is a good movie. I like this one a lot. It's like the evil Van Damme, and Van Damme plays this like slow in the head guy. He's like really slow in the head. So that's kind of cool that he got to like kind of try and act that part. And then he's like the evil Van Damme. It's really good. I like that one. They replicate him. That's why it's called Replicate. Wake of Death. Cool movie, but I'm going to show you guys one that I watched over and over again. I think that came after that. The Hard Corpse came after that. This one was not that good to me at all. This is the one I'm talking about. This is the comeback of the comeback. Van Damme still hasn't, and he's done like 10 movies after this. He hasn't beat this one. I'm sorry, but this one surprises me. This is one of the best Van Damme movies of all time. If you haven't seen it, man, it's great. But he's hooked on drugs. He's hooked on heroin as a police officer. Then he like loses everything because of his attitude. And they just like beat him up and they get him and then he like comes out of his like coma or whatever. He gets back with the wife who's with it's great. And he like makes an oath not to, do drugs anymore and just go clean and stuff. It's a really good movie. The Shepherd, JCVD, yeah. But all those that's what I said. That's why mostly the newer Van Damme movies, they aren't like the old ones. Except that Until Death. That's a newer one, but that's the movie. But that's my Van Damme collection. I don't want to do anything dumb. I'm just putting all this crap away. And that's it.